Hello there, and welcome to another amazing edition of the show. Right here, brought to you by Vantage Agency. You know what we do on this show is basically to try to make sense of all that is going on in the travel industry, as well as to enlighten you on what you need to know as it regards to studying abroad and successfully relocating with your loved ones and yourself for your professional career advancement or to seek better higher education, whatever it is that your desires are for traveling abroad. This is the right place to be, and you know how we do it regularly. We begin with our introduction video, after which I'll come up. My guests will be joining me as well to make sense of all of the latest happenings in the world. Don't go nowhere. Our break will be coming up in 2 minutes.
Hi, welcome to Vantage Agency. We are famous in helping you and your family relocate abroad through the study route. We help you get very affordable programs in good schools in Canada, UK, Australia, and other high-income countries.
Also, we guide and supervise your study visa application for yourself or your family to any country of your choice and to ensure that the visas are approved.
Go through this page and click on the eligibility check button to check if you are eligible to travel through us.
That's right. You heard it, the ad that you just heard playing now, reminding you of what you need to do. Do you have a desire to study abroad? Is studying abroad part of your goals for 2024 or for the years coming on? Do you see yourself traveling to better yourself, educate yourself in a different light and expose yourself to different cultures? Right. This is what you need to do. Just visit www.vantageagency.ca to get started on what you need to do right about now. So yes, we would be talking today for those who I sent a flyer recently. You could see the banner that was displayed before my face came up. We are looking at the current immigration trend that is currently happening. The world has been buzzing for the last 2 weeks. First, it started with the UK giving a lot of updates regarding international students and what they will be bringing into practice. And so while we are still trying to make sense of that, right, Canadian Immigration Service brought out their own policy, which has been in the news for a couple of weeks now. A lot of people have been talking about it. What do they stand to gain from it? How do they benefit, or how is it affecting them? And we've had to break it down in our sessions and begin to explain to people because we understand how these things can be. But before we dive into all of that, if you have questions, right, please stay to the end of this session. We have a lot of we'll be taking your questions, as well as if you are watching the replay, let us know that you are watching the replay, and also share with us what country you are currently watching this replay for, or if you are watching me live right now, drop a comment and let me know what country you are watching me from. Right, so let's get that going in the comment section. If you're going to watch on YouTube as well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the like button and the share buttons, so people like you can get to see more of our videos when we post, and more of our content when we post them. We answer questions, we share updates relating to studying abroad, as well as the international education as a whole, right? So that you can do by sending your comments, by following, by sharing. All right, let's get into the update from Canada. A lot has been going on, and while we are still trying to process, right, we're still trying to process what this new policy is. What is it going to be about? Who are the people that are going to be majorly affected? And what are the alternatives, right? What are the alternatives? If you have been in any of our sessions, if there's one thing we usually stress, is the place of preparation, right? You need to prepare and you need to take action fast. For a lot of people who started their applications in 2023, a year before, they may not have all these issues that are now going on. They'll probably be in Canada or any of the other countries. We don't know which country will bring up policies next. We don't know what policies will be made next, right? We don't know what their plans are. Nobody really knows until they are reviewed. But what we can control, what we know, is to start the application early. If you have started the application a long time ago, all of this new development will not affect you, which is why we always stress, do not delay application, do not delay getting started with us, do not delay reaching out to us and let us help you on this journey. Because the longer you delay, not even just currency, we understand how the currency fluctuation is going depending on your own home countries, but there is no stability in some currencies, right? So what you could do before with your currency is no longer that tangible. You now have to now spend much more, or you now have to now increase your budget that you need to spend if you would have spent a bit lesser if you have applied a couple of months or years ago, right? But that's not to say it's not possible. You can still apply right now. Like the Japanese would always say, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best time is today, right? So now is the opportunity to now start your process. Don't procrastinate it, because we don't know when the next update would come. We don't know when the next policy would come. Bear in mind, when these people take their decisions, they don't necessarily reach out to you. So they don't really care about you applying. So they are after their own country, after their current reality. And so you won't really say, they should wait for you to finish your application and start studying before they do their rules, right? Or they should contact you first before they start their application, before they start their policies that they want to make. Those things are not tangible. We cannot hold them for it. They are in control of the decisions that they take. They are in control of the steps that they put in place in order for them to be best serve you. And so, but what we can do is to encourage you to start your process early. So if you are listening to me now and studying abroad is part of your goals for this year or next year, now is a very good time to go to that link, www.vantageagency.ca, to get started right now. Don't procrastinate, right? Don't delay it. Don't say you will do it tomorrow, you do it next week. You don't know. The policies are constantly changing. The policies are constantly changing. And so it's important for you to bear that in mind that, you don't have all day or all month or all year to apply. These things are time sensitive, right? I just needed to give you that background so that if you are contemplating, you need to now start seeing urgency in whatever it is that you're doing. You need to start putting urgency into whatever it is that you're doing. If you need to start saving, if you need to start putting information together, now is a very good time to go and get started on it. You cannot delay, you cannot procrastinate on this adventure, because tomorrow I could come on here and tell you, oh, there's a new update from a different country, probably Australia, right? Probably the US, probably the UK, probably Ireland. We don't know. They don't tell you. They just do what they feel is best for their system, and they let you know this is the new update, and then it's up to you to measure up or to look for other alternatives. But then if you have started your preparations early, if you have planned properly, all of these things will not be a surprise to you. They will not hit you off guard. They will still keep you on track to ensure that you are still on the right track. So yes, I'll be looking through my screen so I can get the exact information that this new update has, so I don't say beyond what I'm supposed to say, or don't say less than what I'm supposed to say, right? So just in case you notice my eyes or my attentions are not on you, is because I want to read it the way the minister actually said it, right? So that it makes sense to you. And so the update we said, why we are doing this is so that, first off, to give you the general update of what's going on, and then profile solutions that you can also consider on your way to studying abroad. Remember, there are over 119 or 180 countries in the world. And so if one country doesn't work, doesn't mean 100 others will not work. So for you who feels that, oh, my hopes have been dashed because of the new Canadian policies, please do not be discouraged. There's still a whole lot of other schools that you can consider. There's still a lot of other countries that you can also consider. An advantage agency, we don't put you in a box. So we don't tell you, oh, you must go to a school in this country or you must study a program in this country. We give you all the options based on your career objectives, based on your own personal interest, based on what you best fits for you, that will help you achieve your goals, right? So I want you to have that at the back of your mind while you're listening to me right now, that you shouldn't tie yourself to one place or one location. You are not made to be in only one place, right? It's not only one school that you can get admission. It's not only one country that you can study. You can study in any country of your choice. And so when you are taking this Canadian news, don't take it with the hope of, oh, so my hopes have been dashed. No, that's not the goal. On the contrary, we are just telling you what is happening. So we are not telling you to tell you lose hope or lose interest. I'm just informing you of what is currently happening right now. Right? So my guest will be joining me to make more sense of these conversations along the way. So she will talk some more. But just let me prepare if she's here. If she's right here, we'll be bringing her up to join the session right now. So yes, Canada gave us a shocker at the start of the year. They began with increasing the funding that is required. That's the minimum fund that you need. And so a lot of people began to, okay, I think that was towards the end of last year, and a lot of people began to try to make sense of that. And then they came with a new bombshell some weeks ago. So let me bring in my guest. My guest is here now. Hello. All right.
All right, that's
Yes, I
great.
can. All right,
Okay,
all
good
right, all right. You're
afternoon.
welcome, Bud. It's nice to meet you
Thank
as
you.
always. Good afternoon. So how are things at HQ? How are things going over there?
All right, everything has been going on fine. It's good to see you again.
Same here, same here. It's been a while, right?
Yes,
It's
it's
been a
been a
while.
while.
All right,
Yes.
so I've been giving them some updates, right? Yeah, it
Hmm.
has been a while. So I'll be giving updates regarding the new policy from Canada, and I started with that. It's not a do or die affair, right? It's not a now all your hopes are dashed because Canada has given a new policy. No, it's just one country out of a whole lot of other countries, and so you don't need to now put all your eggs, right? Proverbially, they say don't put all your eggs in one basket because anything can happen to that basket, and all your eggs are gone. So it's always good to have options. It's good to desire good things of life. But when that is not available, you always look for other alternatives that can best suit
Mhm.
your objectives. So let me allow you share some updates on how did you feel when, when you heard about the whole Canadian updates while we are still trying to deal with the proof of the funding that they've increased, and now this new update. What did you make of the announcement that was made sometime last week?
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, I will first of all, I'll start by saying that it came as a shocker, right? It came as I mean, a lot of people, it came as a very, should I say, sad news or good news to some? It's good news, why to others it's not. So, well, I would just say that the news came in as a very, very big shock to all of us, right? But then, what do? We move on, right? The plan continues, the dream continues, the study abroad dream continues. You do not just stop, your plans because, oh, one country woke up and then decide to change their policy or, upgraded their policy. So yes, it came as a shocker. Like I would say, everybody, we're not over the proof of fund, the increment in the proof of fund, and then just before we're trying to shake that off our body, we just got another one bam on us again. So well, like I said, it came in as a good news to some, it came in as a bad news to others, right? But the goal remains the same, the plan remains the same. Okay. So for this is me talking to people that are still focused in, that still have their study abroad plan still intact. So this shouldn't shake you. It shouldn't take your feet off the ground. You should still stand firmly, on the ground. Yes, the news came in as okay, the new policy of the removal of spousal work permit. It came in as a really big shock, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Where do I go now? All my plans are shattered. Everything just on the ground." But here today, I'm here to talk about that. I mean, just like James Abo has mentioned, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Right? This is one thing when it comes to study abroad. You should have a plan. I keep saying plan. Planning is very important when it comes to study abroad. You should have a plan A, plan B, plan C, if possible, plan D, just in case, right? Because it is very, very, very important when it comes to study abroad. You don't just put all your focus in one basket. I think I've been in this session where we talked about, okay, doing your research, finding doing your research about the country you want to go to. So in a situation like this, if you have done your research in just more than one country, let's say you did your research in maybe in Canada, US, or some other country alongside, you would have been able to say, okay, at least I've done my research. So Canada now is not good for me, or it's not good for I and my family. Then let's look at the next option, or the nearest available country for me. So today, what I'm equally here to talk on, or to hammer on, is that yes, Canada may have given their own policy, and according to them, it's for the benefit of international students, right? So while they have done that, if you feel that is not okay for you, there are 1,001 countries that you can equally look into that can, fit into your plans as well, right? So you want to look at, there are a lot of countries, and today I think I'm going to be sharing some of them for those people out there that are really confused. I don't know what to do, where to go, what is the next country. I mean, Canada has broken a lot of people's hearts. So what is the nearest country, or which country is best for them, that is at least financially friendly,
Yeah.
that is friendly in, family wise and all of that. So I'm going to be sharing a few of them today. So for me, I would say that news, answering your question again, I would say that news came in as a really great
Mhm.
shocker. But then but
Yeah.
then moving on is the goal, right? The goal still remains the same. That's what I'll say on that.
Yeah. All right. So back. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's now look at the policy and why you need to pay attention, not just for Canada, but in all your processes as a whole. Right. The
Mhm,
application process is changing. The application process is changing. The competition is now
mhm,
going to be very, very stiff. Canada has reduced to
mhm,
360,000 intakes per year. So, and we know that
mhm,
normally nothing less than 1 million applications are submitted for each
mhm,
batch. So there's the fall, there's this winter period. Not less than a
mhm,
million applications are sent. And out of over 1 million that will come to Canada, only 360,000 of those applications will be considered and approved. That will tell you something. The
mhm,
application process has changed. So if you don't know your onion, if you don't know how to do the application the right way, there's a high chance that you might not even get in. So even if you
exactly.
have the resources and you have the ability, you might not get in if you don't know how to do the application correctly, right?
Mhm,
So it's not going from the point of, oh, where I can do it myself. It's not application. I can apply. You'll be shocked. It's not that easy anymore. So they are now tightening their net to ensure that your application has to be top notch. And so that's where Advantage Agency come in. We give you top notch applications, right? We give you top notch applications and ensure that you are among those 360,000. And there, of course, they came out to say it's not that far off, right? It's just at 5% below the normal approval. But in the next couple of years, we don't know how many other countries will also adopt this thing.
mhm,
So it is
mhm,
wise for you to now start thinking in that light. If you are someone who is serious about getting into school, you need to now start putting those things into consideration. You cannot apply anyhow. You cannot just say, oh, it's application. They say fill your A, you fill your A, fill your B, just fill your A and you'll be like that. And you expect the competition is now stiff. And bear in mind, it's not just your own country. Because sometimes when we hear this news, we are quick to internalize it like it is against our own country. So your own home country, you feel it's just your home country. That no, it's international as a whole. So all countries are considered equally, not just your own country. So it's not just about you. It's not just about where you are based or your location. It's about general
mhm,
international space. And so when you have that at the back of your
mhm,
mind, you now need to now look for excellence when you apply. And then the next thing they said they were going to reduce was the, of course, the work permit for spouse.
mhm.
And
For
I know
spouse.
a lot of people have been out to get clarity on, does it affect me, does it not affect me? Based on the policy that they released, it is for postgraduate and undergraduate studies. So postgraduate diploma and undergraduate studies, those are the people that are affected with spousal relocation work permits. So if you are coming
Mhm,
for your master's or your PhD, you do not have a problem with your spouse working in Canada, at least for now. They haven't given us any clarity to say no, you won't be able to work. It's mainly for people who are for undergraduate and people who are for postgraduate diplomas. So if you're not in that category, you really have little to worry about when it comes to your spouse working abroad, working in Canada when they move. So it's also important for you to bear that in mind, so you don't get distracted with all of things that will be coming out and telling you, because I know a lot of people will now get scared that, oh, I want my partner to come and work there, and and you feel discouraged and you feel like the family dream have been crashed. No, that's not it. That's not it, right? It's just for people who are in postgraduate diplomas and undergraduate. I do not know why they specified it, but that is something we'll find out later on. And then they also noted that this change starts in September 1st, 2024, right? It starts in September 1st, 2024. So if you have started there is a high chance that this may not affect you. That is why we've been stressing on start your application way early. Start your application early. You don't want this kind of things to be happening. If you have started your application last year, all of these things might not even affect you because you're probably going to be in your country of choice now. So that is important for you to note, that the spousal relocation does not affect people who are coming for masters or PGD. Of course, they give us reasons saying due to the rapid growth, due to the program integrity, and all those things that they will usually use to defend themselves, which we understand, right? We cannot fault them. We've seen cases where people have taken advantage of these systems and taken it for another advantage. Should that even surprise you? A new update came out yesterday from Canada
Mm-hmm.
again. Yesterday. And we are still trying to
Okay.
understand. We're still trying to understand it. But what they are saying is new British Columbia no longer admits people from new schools. So there's this new colleges we just set up in recent years, and then send approval. They send admissions to international students, and then the government says no more of those. So if you want to now apply, you have to be careful that the school you're applying to is not a new institution. It's not a new college that was recently founded. Once that is possible, there's a chance that your student visa would be rejected. Even though you have your admission letter, they might reject your visa. So you want to be sure of the school you're applying to, especially in British Columbia. Columbia, is it a new institution or is it an old institution? Is it a private institution or is it a public institution? These are things that experienced people would guide you with. I don't expect you to know all of a sudden that this is a new school and that's a new school. They just tell you the admission is 4,000, and because you want something cheap, you just quickly go without really taking time to check. So all of these things that we are saying is so that you can pay attention when it comes to studying abroad. One little mistake can ruin not just you, but your full family and your name for a very, very, very long time. Right. So that's why we bring up this thing. So now that we are all clear a bit with the Canadian policies. Now
Mm-hmm.
let's look at alternatives that you can consider. We started with
Exactly.
saying Canada is not the only school or the only country we enroll students for. We don't do application for only Canada. We do for other schools, other countries. And so Rolly here is going to be giving us more details on some of these schools and why you should also consider them and add them to your schools that you have. So all right, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much for that. Yes, you have, I think you have said so much on the new policy, and I want to believe that a lot of our listeners out there, they understood everything, right? So for those of you who are still confused on that, you want to get more clarity, you are on the table of, planning your relocation, you want to get more clarity, you can visit our website and book for a free consultation, right? www.vantageagency.ca to book for a free consultation. When you're on our website, click anywhere you see the eligibility test button, take the test, and then if you're eligible, you can book for, a free consultation where we can equally, you know, throw more light, more explanation on these new policies. Just in case you are not getting it, you are still worried as to what to do, where do you stand? All right. So thank you for that. Before I'm going to be looking at the alternative, right? Just like my James has already rightly said that, you know, Canada is not the only country. where you are thinking of. I know a lot of people are looking at, oh, Canada, yes, it's one of the high income country, but there are other countries that can equally offer you what Canada is giving you, right? There are other countries where you can equally study and you have a good standard of education. There are other countries where you can relocate or move to with your family, and you can, you can stay safely there as well, right? So today we are here to tell you, or we are here to tell you that you shouldn't don't bother yourself so much about the policy, right, that Canada has brought. Rather, if you feel that, oh, the policy is too much for you, the finance is too much for you because of the increment, in all sides, if it's too much for you, there are other countries that you can look at. And today I'm going to be listing a few of them, right? Now, this country I'm going to be listing, they are equally, immigration friendly, right? There are countries that you can study. There are countries that you can equally work. You can get a job while you're studying. You can work. There are countries that if you decide that you want to stay behind, they are equally friendly. Okay, their immigration policy is equally friendly. So aside Canada, that all of us know that, oh, it was friendly, or I should say it was, because Canada was friendly. That the major reason why I think a lot of people were, flooding Canada was because of, the fact that it gives this spousal work permit. But right now, it's taking that off the table, and a lot of people are like, okay, if I'm there, my spouse is not working, then what is he going to be doing, or what is she going to be doing, right? So since that is no longer on the
Mhm.
table, let's look at few other countries for today. We can talk about some of them, but for today, let's look at number one. Number one, we have Finland, right? Finland is another country that you can equally relocate to, that is also good for you, right? We have France. For those of you that can speak French, if you understand French, France is one country that is also good, right? That you can relocate to. That we equally do application for. We actually do application for you. We help you secure admission in these countries I'm mentioning. We help you secure admission in Finland, in France, in Germany, in Poland, New Zealand, Australia, right? These are countries that you can equally want to, go to, that are also immigration friendly, that you can equally start up your life there with your family. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I've mentioned Poland. We also have Poland. Poland is another fine country where you can equally, relocate to. These are nice countries. We have Switzerland as well. Also, we have Netherlands. Netherlands is another country that is equally good for you. If you're looking at relocating with your spouse, you're looking at relocating with your children via the study route, Netherlands is another country equally that is good for you, that yourself and your spouse can equally settle down to, build a life while you are there. Okay, so all of these are the countries that we equally do application for. We help you secure. We currently even have clients on this country. So we are not just looking at the US, the UK, and the Canada. We are equally looking at the countries I've mentioned. We are looking at Finland. We are looking at Germany. We are looking at France. We are looking at Switzerland. We are looking at New Zealand. We are looking at Poland, right? We are looking at Australia equally. These are good countries you can also, want to try application on. And trust me, when you are coming for, these are countries that we
Yeah,
work with. So
and you
yeah,
can
we
you can
work with
also
all of
even
these countries.
yeah,
Go on, please.
you can also try
I didn't get
Ireland.
you.
You mentioned Ireland. Ireland is another country. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so you can also try Ireland. It's a country that also has low tuition fees, and there's a lot of possibilities of switching after stay. I know one of the major
Mhm.
fears a lot of people have is, when I'm done with my program, would they say I should leave immediately? And some people would like to stay a
Exactly.
few more days, a few more years, right? To
Hmm.
just work and get some stability before going back to their home country. These countries
Yeah,
also give you that roadmap. If you can secure some
exactly.
jobs, if you can
With
do
the
some other
opportunity.
information that we would be sharing with you when you come for all of those sessions, right? So it's important for you to bear in mind that there is not just only one route to do everything. There are other schools that can also give you better understanding, especially if you are someone who can speak foreign languages, right? If you can speak foreign languages, then in Europe you shouldn't have a problem, because there are a lot of schools, a lot of places in Europe that you can actually go and have a very good time and a good experience.
Hmm.
After all, the whole essence of international education is experience. To experience
Of
a
course.
new place, a new atmosphere, a new country. And so when you think of these other European countries, think of all these other American countries, it helps you to also appreciate the beauty of life. So life is beyond
Mm-hmm.
just one place. I know a lot of us we've tied ourselves to a specific place and say, this place, we've heard a lot of updates from them and they are very good. They have a good system.
Mm-hmm.
We agree, and we also hope that you get there. But in a situation where you can't, you don't throw everything all up and say, I'm not going, I'm not doing anymore. No, there are alternatives, right? There are alternatives, and she has rightly mentioned some of those alternatives that you can consider. And when you even look at it, the entry levels are not as tough as some of these bigger countries that you're looking at, even though they are still high income
Mm-hmm.
countries, right?
Yeah.
Our searches and our services cover high income countries. Even though they are high income countries, you don't even know about them, and you're not even focusing on them. Because why? You're focusing on the other ones that you feel are the biggest and the best countries. Should I even surprise you? In the statistics of 2023, the best cities to be had Sydney as number one, and Sydney is in Australia, right?
Exactly.
Sydney is in Australia. So when you are thinking of these things, you should also consider places that are safe, places that are good for you to stay, not just because they are the most talked about. In fact, we focus more on the less talked about because that is where you can actually experience yourself well
Yeah.
and live the full life that you truly desire. And so, if you are here listening now and you feel like, you are no longer you've tried doing the Canadian route or the other high income countries that you feel are important and popular, but you're not seeing any sense of direction. Why not get on that call with us? Why not visit
Exactly.
www.advantageagency.ca to get started? Why allow yourself go around in a circle, wasting time, wasting resources, when you can just get done with all of these things in a very short period of time, right? In a very short period of time. And
Exactly.
the important thing is when you know certain things, it's easier for you to make headway. It's easier to make
Yes,
headway.
information
We've talked about
information
this
is
in a
key.
couple of our episodes where
When you yeah,
very,
when you have information, it is key to a lot of things, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's important for you to settle down and look at the bigger picture, because most times when we look at our goals for studying abroad, we put ourselves in a box, right? A metaphoric box, and tell ourselves, okay, if it's not in this place, then it's nowhere else, forgetting that the box that you put yourself is limited. There's a whole lot of other parts of it that you can still see if you can just take a step back. And I feel that's what Canada is doing. A lot of attention have been on them. A lot of things have been on their
Exactly.
table. A lot of people are bumping into the country, not just students alone, work permit, different other ways that people are entering Canada legally. And so they are also thinking to themselves, in the next couple of years, how would we be able to service these people better? How would we be able to service these people better? We want them to come and have a good life, but how will we be able to still provide that service for them and that good life for them? And so the alternatives for them is to first limit for a period of time, right? Limit for a period of time.
Mhm.
And still take in mind, there was a period where a lot of people did not consider Canada. It wasn't in their radar until
Mhm.
Canada began to do certain things and system began to open, and a lot of people started paying attention to them. That is what some other countries are currently doing now. And so, but because you are not aware of them, you just feel they don't exist, and they are just sitting down looking at the people that are aware of them, taking advantage of these opportunities, and you are there with your dreams of studying abroad and you cannot make headway simply because you don't have the right information. Not because you can't, but because you don't have the right information. And so, how do you get the right information? Go to the link. Go to the link, book a session, and let's have a conversation. Because it's beyond what we can
Exactly.
discuss in 45 or 1 hour. It's beyond it, because we need to really break it down, get to know what your own goals are, what your own objectives are, and then profile solutions for you. We don't assume what you want or where you want to go. We take you step by step to understand your thinking process, to understand your journey, and then know how best and where best will be for you. You can have a session with us and you'll find out that that country you ever had in mind was never the best place for you. It wasn't even best for you. And so you now decide that, oh, okay. So this, I have been taking it the wrong way all this while. And that's what these sessions are for. And that's what these sessions are meant to do for you. They are not to discourage you, because if you are still bent on going to certain countries, we will do what we can to ensure you get there. Right? We'll do what we can to ensure you get there. That is our promise to you. That's our commitment to you. We'll do what we can to get you there. But before that, we will allow you understand the other options available to you. We are not just here to say, oh, come and we'll do. No, we'll guide you through the process to explain in details what you need to know in order for you to get what you want. So I don't know if I've spoken your mind.
Exactly. Yes, thank you very much, James. I'm sure you've spoken the mind of a lot of people out there, a lot of our viewers out there. Yes, that is it's very important, right? When you are, when you are
Mm,
looking at relocating, there are other countries, and I think James have mentioned them all. And also, one important thing I want to, talk about today, or I equally want to mention is, is time, right? A lot of people feel that, okay, most especially for the, application. So a lot of people so a lot of people are still thinking that 2024 application is still ongoing, right? So I got a lot of calls
mm,
from, or we get a lot of calls that, oh, I want to do, start my application. Okay, what intake are you looking at? They will tell me.
yeah.
Some of them will tell me January 2024. Some of them is telling me September 2024. I'm like, what planet are you coming from? Right? Because if you are in the same planet with me, you
Yeah.
know that intake for 2024. I mean, people that are talking about
No,
2024
right?
now, people that are planning, preparing, packing their bags and see how they can resume in their various countries, are in their various schools, right? So now this is one thing. Now information is the
Yeah.
key here, and then you want to talk about timing. A lot of people feel that the whole essence of me saying that story is because some people feel that, oh, they have time. After all, this is 2024. I have a lot of time to apply for September. And this thing application take within 6 months to 12 months. So if, for example, now you're looking at September 2025 application, then you should know that you are starting this year. You should know that you are starting this year, at least towards, let's say, before towards April, May, June. You should be getting ready to start your application for September 2025. Right? That you don't have to wait until it's until it's 2025, then that's when you now start applying. You're just going to sit down and time is passing you by. Just like another important thing with time as well, right, is the rate at which things are changing, policies are changing, laws are changing, right? So my point here is, if you know that you are on the table of studying and relocating abroad, you want to begin to make your decision faster. You want to begin to make that decision faster, because while you wait, new policies are coming, and trust me, those policies may not be in your favor when it eventually comes. For example, just look at what is just going on, the spousal work permit that is being removed. A lot of people came and say, oh, while I was planning to, even the proof of funds, some people were busy. Okay, let me just get this 10,000 Canadian dollars proof of funds, and I will be, by the time it's complete, I will start. And they woke up in the morning, Canadian government said it is 20,000 plus. So what do? So my point is, time doesn't wait. It doesn't wait for you, right? If you know that you're on the table of planning and relocating abroad, then you want to make that decision faster. How do you get to make that decision? Go to our website or seek for the right consultation, right? Book for a consultation with our team or our consultant. They are going to guide you through as to what you need to do, how you need to start, what you have, that if what you have is okay for you to start, then you want to start. If what you have is not enough, then you want to go back to the drawing board and plan towards it and come back within the range of a particular time. So you don't want to sit back and relax and say, oh, I have all the time in the world, and then maybe by next 2 years, I will start the process. Let me just wait until my money is complete. Because while you are waiting for that money to be complete, the policy can just wake up one. They can come up and say, okay, that is no longer effective. This is what is now effective. What do? You keep on waiting and waiting until your money is complete, or your plans or your document or every other thing is completed. Right? So you need to, if you know that you are relocating, or you're planning to relocate via the study route, which is one of the surest relocation means, right, or routes, you want to book for a consultation session now, so that we can start with you. We can guide you, provide this guidance for you, so you know as to, okay, this is where I am, this is where I need to be, right? This is how I need to start. So you want to really, start on time. Time is no
Mm-hmm.
longer on anybody's side. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody knew that this old policy was just going to come. And the interesting thing is that it took effect immediately. Nobody saw it coming. And I want to believe that this policy, their fraction, they're a whole lot. This is just a fraction we are just seeing, right? I want to
Yeah.
believe that Canada has really not unveiled everything to us. While we sit back and relax and watch them unveil everything gradually, I would urge you out there to hurry up, visit our website, book for a session, and let's guide you through. Let's assist you in seeking that admission. You don't have to wait. You must not wait. If you know you don't have the information, information is key, information is powerful. When you have the right information, right, you know the right plans to take, you know the right steps to take. For example, if we're using proof of fund, for example, now, if you do not know how much you need, there is no way you are going to start the application. If you're a family of 3 or family of 5, and you don't know how much is required for family of 5 to relocate, then how would you start the process? You just sit down and say, okay, I want to get in your head. You're like, I just want to get this so and so amount, then I'm going to start. With what you have, come and book for a session. We will guide you. If what you have is enough, we'll let you know. If it's not enough, we'll still let you know. So you go back to the drawing board and work towards it. And while you are even planning that or working towards it, you need to take your decision faster. Make that decision faster. Apply, start that application on time. Start it on time so that whatever policy that is coming out will not affect you. It may not affect you, but if you sit back, relax, then whatever whatever the outcome is, whatever the new policy is to just keep affecting you. And before you know it, you are fed up. The study abroad dream is now like a nightmare to you. Why? Because you didn't take action when you were supposed to. Right. So the important thing is take action when you're supposed to. Don't sit back and relax, because things are changing. Policies are changing, countries are coming out, with their new, or even all of these countries we have mentioned today. Who knows what their policy is going to be 5 years from now? Who knows what their policy is going to be 10 years from now? So while you have this opportunity, to take part, in their what's it called now, in what they have to bet, in what they benefit you as an international student, you want to make that decision fast and now. In fact, yesterday, you should take that decision, make that decision yesterday. Go to our website, visit our website, www.vantageagency.ca, book for a free consultation session, and let our consultant guide you through as to what to do and how to get started, right? So thank you. Back to you, James.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's been an amazing explanation, and I hope that you will take action. For someone who is just joining or who is watching the replay and you have questions and you're wondering that you have some questions that you like us to answer, not to worry. You can drop them in the comment section. We'll do it to answer them. But if you feel, oh, you don't want people in the comment section to know about these questions, I will be showing you a link, an email. Send an email to this email that is showing right there, content@vantageagency.ca. Send your questions there. We might use them as we might answer them as a form of video, or might send you direct answers on the platform directly, or can link you up with our people in charge of that conversation. But anyway, any question you have that you would like us to answer, or you feel they are not part of this conversation that we are having right now, and you feel it's important for you to answer it, send them as an email to content@vantage.ca. And please, like we've been saying every single time we are here, action is what makes a difference. It's not just about hearing this information. It's not just about having the desires or the goals or the aspirations that you want to travel abroad. Everybody, literally everybody, right, wants to study abroad if they have the opportunity to. They want to study abroad. But for you to study abroad, it's not just to wake up and just get there. There are things you need to put in place. There are information that you need to know. And the earlier you start, the better for you. The earlier you start, the better for you. I had to laugh when I had that same people call that and said they wanted to relocate in January 2024. Is it like you don't know you're already January 2024? It's like you didn't know you're already January 2024. Yeah.
That's the truth. A lot of people don't. No. The truth is, they feel like, oh, because they have to start the application that same year, right? Because they don't have this information, they don't have the right information. They feel, because there are some people that are actually thinking, oh, they have plans to relocate in 2025, but they are waiting for 2025 to come before they start.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it means. Not knowing that they are supposed to. This is the right time for them to start in order to secure an admission for 2025. Okay. So that's the reason why information is the key. And there is no time. If you feel you have enough time, there is actually no time. There is no time. When it comes to application, there is no time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to start seeing this whole study abroad like you are studying in your own home country. You don't just wake up and decide you want to go to your school in your country. There's a period that you need to apply depending on what country you are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a period that you need to do some exams. There's a period that you need to go and do some interviews. There's a period you need to process certain things before the admission comes out. So why would you have gone through that system and you just expect that an international country will just wake up and tell you tomorrow, all right, you want to come tomorrow? It doesn't work that way now. If your normal home-based universities, they don't work that way. You take time to write the exam, you call you for screening. After the screening, they give you a period of time when admission list will be released. It's the same thing that works in developed countries, or rather, in other high-income countries, or higher other places that you might want to go. The same system that works over there. There's a period of time. So your admission is not all year round. It's not all year round. You don't just go and start applying every day of every month or any month you feel like, or you feel this is month. No, it is specific. They have their timing of intake and the time they close their doors. And if you come when their doors are closed, you cannot apply within that period. You have to plan for the next time the door will be open. And it's very, very important that you have this in the back of your mind. And that also helps you plan. So maybe now your financial strength or the information you have, you feel is already late, start planning for the next one. But you shouldn't plan it alone. Contact us, book that time, and let us help you plan it. Because if we say we should leave it to you, next year you might be in that same situation and you ask yourself you want to plan again for another year. So why not take that action today? Book that session. It's a free session. They're not paying for it. It's a free session, just like this one that you're listening to us right now.
Yes, it's free.
It's not paid for. It's not paid for. So you really have nothing to lose, really, right? You have nothing to lose. Just book a session and let us take it from there. We'll see how far you can go. But one thing we want you to know that your study abroad dreams are very valid. They are not things you should forget. They are important things that you need to do. In fact, you should add it to your goal that you must do it. It gives you the opportunity to experience a different life. Who wouldn't want to experience a different education system? Who wants a different lifestyle for themselves? Everybody wants to experience that. So why not hit the action button and get started today? All right. So I don't know if my guest has the final words, but this is where we go.
Yes.
Today with an amazing conversation. So quickly, go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. My final word for you guys today is that I want you to hold it at the back of your mind that Canada is not the only country, right? Canada is not the only country. There are hundreds of thousands of countries that you can equally achieve your goals on, right? Today I've mentioned some and I'm going to repeat myself and I'll mention that aside Canada, we have New Zealand, we have Finland, we have France, we have Germany, we have Poland, we have Australia, we have a lot of them, right? That you can equally look into. These are equally high income countries that you can equally explore and be able to build your dream, achieve your goal in all of these countries. So while you are putting all your eggs in one basket, my advice for you today is that try to split it into two and look into other countries. And also, very important, seek for the right information. The right information. That is, if you get the right information, you can never be wrong. Nobody can tell you otherwise, right? So seek for the right information. And how do you do that? One of the best and fastest way to seek for the right information, if you are looking at traveling abroad or relocating abroad via the study route, visit our website www.vantageagency.ca and book for a free session. It's a free session and it is 30 minutes long, right? So imagine the conversation you're going to achieve in 30 minutes, or imagine the information you're going to get within that 30 minutes. So visit our website, book for that session to enable you make your decision faster. So that's my advice for all of you today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. You heard it from her. Do the needful. Just in case you're in doubt, we'll play you another video to remind you of what you need to do and why you should take action. Because some of you might just be joining the video right now, or you are wondering, oh, what are the people talking about? Not to worry. We'll give you a replay. No worries. We'll give you a replay of what we've been discussing so far. And then subsequent editions will come back here again to share more light into all of the happenings in the international space. And but we'd love to see you and travel abroad and enjoy all the benefit that comes with studying abroad. And that's what we are here for, to ensure that you study abroad when you want and how you want it. in a very good way. So, all right, now let me greet my guest. Thanks so much for joining.
All
See
right.
you again
Thank
another
you so much.
time.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah. Bye. All right. So that has been the size of our show for today. I hope you learned. I hope it was fun for you. I hope you got value because that's what we do every time. We give you value, nothing but value. Nothing short of value is what we give you steady. All right. Let's play our final ad for today. And then I'm signing out. Thanks so much for joining. If you watch the replay, let us know in the comment section that you watch the replay. And there are questions you want to ask. I will be putting that up as well now. This is where you send your questions to. Send all your questions to this email right here, and then we'll be answering all your questions as much as we can. And then we'll be doing subsequent editions based on these questions that you send. If you have other specified ones that you would like us to work with, go to our website www.vantageagency.ca to get started. Let me bring on my guys to help do more justice, and for me and everyone at HQ, we say thanks so much for listening. Remember, we're Vantage Agency and we want nothing but the best for you.
Do you have a dream of Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream?